What is up, guys? Today we're going to be covering a crazy trade just happened in the NBA. The Pascal Siakam to the Indiana Pacers trade. He is one of the best forwards in the league, and he was just traded out from Toronto. Toronto had been struggling with him on the court, and they decided to enter a rebuild. This trade consists of Bruce Brown, Jordan Noah, and 3 first-round picks to the Raptors for Pascal Siakam. The New Orleans Pelicans are also involved in this trade, and it is looking like they're sending off a youngish player in Kira Lewis Jr. for a second-round pick. He hasn't really panned out in the league. So I'm going to be talking about how this affects the Pacers, how this affects the Raptors, and how this affects the league as a whole, right? So I actually really, first off, like this trade for the Raptors, considering that the Raptors are entering a rebuild, and they're getting a lot for OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. That's Bruce Brown. If I didn't say him at the beginning, Bruce Brown, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and Jordan Noah, and three first round picks and a second for Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby, who are, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're really good players, but these are elite players they're getting back. Bruce Brown was just a key part of a championship contender. It was flying away in Indiana was doing really good. We also had with we also had the RJ Barrett, who has been looking really good in Toronto. He's shooting the ball really well. We have Emmanuel Quickly, who's really getting that starting spot going, which is really good to see because I love him as a player. I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm really excited to see him get some opportunity. OG has panned out on the Knicks, but that's not really a video that we're going to talk. Or that's not what we're talking about in this video. I really like this for the Raptors, considering this will give the reins more to players who are like a little bit younger. This will give it to Emmanuel Quickly. This will give it to Scotty Barnes. So let RJ Barrett finally blossom. He's been getting held back by the Knicks for a while, and now that Siakam's gone, he's going to be doing his thing along with Bruce Brown, who's going to be really solid. He was really good on the Pacers too. I really like this trade for the Raptors, considering it's a expiring contract, and there's no guarantee he's going to re-sign with the Pacers next offseason. But I really like how they're able to get that contract off the books. They don't have to sign him to a supermax, and they're able to create this sort of so much value for something that's not guaranteed to be around next season for any team. He could just head out, which is really interesting. I really like this for the Raptors. I'm going to give them an A plus. On the Pacers side of the deal, I really also like this for Pacers. It's a really good fit, and I think the Pacers will be a lot better. They're still a really solid team right now. The Pacers, they've had Obi Toppin's been really good, and there's been so many good things on this Pacers team. Tyrese Halliburton's playing like a star. Um, Although he did go down with an injury, but he should be back soonish. So he'll definitely be able to get back on track. Um, this team is looking like one of the better teams in the East currently. I didn't expect them. They have the best offense in the game, but their defense isn't the greatest. Pascal Siakam's not a horrible defender, so he should really help them out. Um, they're a really good offensive team, and I really like how they've been playing this season. They had just beat Sacramento without Halliburton last night, which is really impressive. Let's just be honest here. Um, Jordan Noah wasn't getting too many minutes for them, so that's not a huge loss. Bruce Brown, he was definitely very good for them. He was averaging the second most minutes per game. He was averaging 12 a night. He plays winning basketball, undeniably. He's a good three-point shooter. He wasn't the greatest this year, but he's shot 33% from three. But in the past, he was like almost a 40% three-point shooter in the playoffs for the Nuggets. He's definitely a winning player. He's solid defensively. He doesn't turn over the ball. Tyrese is averaging 24 and 13, best passer in the league on darn near 50, 40, 90 splits. Um, I just really like all the things that can happen for this team. Obi Toppin's breaking out, which is really good to see. I really like Obi Toppin as a player. He was really also getting held back on the Knicks. He's not a great defensive player, and Tom Thibodeau, he loves his defense, right? Um, it's just really interesting to think about as a team how much potential they have. I feel like they definitely could do something in the playoffs. They could make a push to try to like get into they're seventh in the Eastern Conference right now. They're definitely I think they can get to the fifth seedish, right? I feel like they have that possibility to like start like they could definitely become better than Miami and New York, maybe even Cleveland. They're only a couple of games back from Miami, New York, and Cleveland. Uh, so they could definitely be the fourth seed. That's definitely very possible, especially with Pascal Siakam as a star, right? We saw an excellent game from Benedict Mathurin last night. He's a budding star. He's really solid defensively. He's been much more efficient this year. He hasn't been getting as many minutes this year. But he's definitely still been really heckin' solid. Um, I've been really liking Andrew Nemhard for this team. They've been he's been really good in Tyrese Halliburton's absence. He's been quite efficient. He can pass the ball at a very nice clip. Um, he can score when he's asked to. He doesn't over the ball too much. He's a really solid player. I really like him on this team. This team is really good, but can they contend with the top teams in the East? And that's what we're going to be discussing right now. And did they give up too much for him? And those are both very valid questions, considering that they gave up 3 first-round picks for an expiring contract, as I talked about before. He, I I really think they could make like a conference finals appearance. Say they're the fourth seed, right? They play up against the fifth seed. Say that's New York. That's actually very possible for them, right? Um, and then they go up against say it's the three seed, right? Or no, it would be the one seed. And if the one seed is Milwaukee, I really like their chances of getting out of the second round because they've annihilated Milwaukee this season. They've been really good versus Milwaukee. They've just been excellent, like straight up, like one of the best teams there. I think they've won all but one of their matches versus Milwaukee. They are currently they're currently 4-1 against Milwaukee, I believe. So that's actually really good to see. Their only loss though was in the in-season tournament, which is a little bit questionable, I suppose, because it proves that they might be not the best in the playoffs, but they're definitely a rock solid team that can do that can put up. But I just don't know if they can beat the Celtics unless a big injury comes down, which is very feasible for the Celtics considering they have so many good players. But like if one goes down, it's a little bit of crumbling. Their bench depth isn't great. They only have like they're not that many good contributing bench players considering their best bench player is probably Sam Hauser. No, it's Al Horford, but Al Horford, then Sam Hauser, and then like Peyton Pritchard can get some minutes, but he's incredibly inconsistent as well. So if one of those goes down with an injury, I definitely see them possibly making a finals run. But could they beat teams like the Clippers or the Nuggets? I don't I don't think so. And the reason I'm going to give them a B plus. I really like the trade for them. It's a good fit, but I just don't think it puts them into contention like we would want them to. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.